So this gorgeous looking Gretsch in front of you right now has got a really unique story involved with it. I'm a Fender Strat guy, so I love Strats. They just seem to be the guitar for me when I'm playing live. And there was only really one. I actually Telecaster, I'm like, quite like Telecaster too, but I really found that Gretsch was calling me this whole time. Every time I saw a Gretsch, I was just like, oh, that would be cool. And my wife and I, my wife's behind the camera at the moment, we play in a country band, our own country band, and that seems to be the kind of guitar that a lot of country bands will use. They'll have this beautiful Gretsch or a nice Gibson, and it's got this big old Bigsby tremolo arm sticking out there on it, and I've always thought that they're such a gorgeous looking instrument. I mean, look at this. To me, it's like, if you like cars, it's like a hot rod from the 50s, or it's like a gorgeous Cadillac or something. And it's one of those things that no matter who looks at this thing, they're just like, that is a beautiful work of art. And it belongs on a wall or in a concert or in the hands of someone that knows what they're doing. Unfortunately, none of those situations with me, but and there is a cool story, and it has to do with you guys and has to do with this channel. So let's get into it a little bit. So the story of this guitar. I was doing guitar lessons, as I've been doing, on Skype and using Zoom, and I met this student of mine whose name's Mark. He lives in California. He's probably right now freaking out that I've just mentioned his name, because I'm pretty sure he's in the mafia. But he's not in the mafia, don't worry about that bit, scrap that bit, Mark. So he'll be smiling hopefully. So we were doing these lessons, having a great time with these lessons, and he had so many guitars. Like in the background in his house, he's got like 5 or 6 guitars in the background and a bass. And I'm like, dude, you've got more guitars than me, and I haven't actually got that many. I haven't got that many guitars, but he brought out this Gretsch and he was playing it. I think I just mentioned to him that I love Gretsch's, and one of the things I'd wanted to get at some point. And at the time, I really didn't have the money to pay for one. And one day he just said to me, "Would you? What's your address? I want to send you my guitar, which is this guitar here." And I was like, "Okay." No, I was like, "You got to be kidding me! Like, why would you do that? It's going to be a ridiculous process to try and get it all the way from California to New Zealand." I don't even know if anyone knows where New Zealand is. I hope the post people know where it's going to go. And he was like, no, I want to do this for you. And I was like, just sell it and just enjoy yourself, use the money for something else. So what had happened is he bought one of these, but he got the exact one that he wanted, and it just didn't happen to be this one. He found the one, his dream version of this came up, and he had to have it. And then he had 2. He's like, well, I want to give you this one. So really, really lovely of the guy to do that. To be honest, it's everything I wanted. It's everything I wanted in a guitar that wasn't a Strat. And the coolest thing, you guys will understand if you know this, if you play guitar for a little while, when you jump on another guitar, it makes you play different, right? You don't play the same. So the style of guitarist you become, it's like it's like when you put a different outfit on. You know, you put a suit and tie on, you feel different, you act different than when you're in a t-shirt and jandals. Well, at least I hope you do. It's kind of like that with the guitar, right? You jump in a Gretsch, you do some cool stuff on this, it makes you play like a Gretsch wants you to play. It's kind of whispering to you, play me like this, dance with me like this. Some cool things to point out about this guitar. So we've got our different toggles right here, so we've got our different pickups. We've got the nice bassy warm one right here, so that's a warm sound. In the middle, it's a combination of the two, so a little bit more rounded. I kind of call it the lollipop tone. I think like hard candy. It's got a kind of... To me, it sounds like hard candy. That's how I imagine hard candy would sound if I play guitar. And then you've got this pickup here, which is more your rockin', sort of more classic. It's kind of cool, yeah? And then we've got this thing here called a Bigsby, which is a tremolo arm, which is an old school, looks so cool. Just basically a big old spring in there. And then we've got this spring system going on under here, and you can still see the tremolo arm. It's kind of cool. It comes to a certain point there where it doesn't go any further, which is perfect, and it can kind of be, it's just got this nice little vibrato you can do, like, listen to that. Isn't that nice? So that sort of thing's lovely. You can pull back a little bit. You can't do the big whammy bar stuff you do in the 80s. You don't want to on this guitar anyway, it doesn't let you. And it's got a little bit of dip as well, that kind of Chris Isaac kind of tone that you get, that something like that. Something like that, isn't it? I've never tried to play that for a little bit, but so yeah, and obviously some buttons and knobs and that do stuff. Look, I'm not a connoisseur of guitars. I have no idea what guitars I own, what they are even called, pretty much. I just know their main brand, and I'm not one of those dudes that knows of the stats and what kind of pickup is in here, and to me that's just too much stuff in my brain. Other people love that stuff, and I get it. I just want to play them, and I'm the kind of guy that likes cars, but I have no idea if I open the bonnet, what's underneath the bonnet, under hood. And I'm just like, no, don't know what's going on in there. I just like to drive it and go, ooh, it's cool. If something breaks, I'm in trouble, and I just take it to someone and say, can you fix it? And just smile sweetly and hope they'll fix it. So yeah, and we've got the main volume knob here, which is something a bit different as well. So this is the overall volume. I know what that does. And then we've got volumes for each of the pickups down here and a tone as well. So pretty standard. It's a gorgeous looking thing. I just think the color is... At first, I don't know if I would have bought a guitar that's orange. I don't know if I would have done that. But now I have it. I absolutely love it. I love the gold. I love the fact that these are all gold. The fact that our band is called Dust and Gold, and that we have lots of gold things going on. I think if I had to change one thing, it would be that this was gold. That'd be the only thing. But at the same time, it's kind of a point of difference, right? So yeah, it's a gorgeous looking instrument. I mean, the back, there's nothing too much to report other than it's just made so beautifully. You've gold bits down here. And the other cool thing I like about it is these locking strap nuts here. These little nuts here that are kind of, that's something a little bit unique that came with the guitar. And the other thing also is the guitar case. The guitar case was sexy. Like purple inside it. We might show you some pictures. Really, really cool case. So Mark, thank you so much for this guitar. I really don't deserve it. If you want to send me your guitar, just go to the website. No, just kidding. But if you've got any questions about this guitar, I'm going to try and feature it in a few more videos. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know what you think. I'd love to know what you play. Maybe you've got a Gretsch and you can tell me the type of guitar it is, and then I can look it up because I won't know. And you better tell me what it is. But I just think this thing's so cool, and when I play it, I don't want to stop playing it now, to be honest, but I've got to finish this video somehow. Let me just play you guys out, and we'll look forward to seeing you guys in the next video where we might get something done and not just salivate over beautiful guitars. Alright, Mark the Guitar Guy, signing off. We'll catch you guys later.